At the phone rings, in the middle of the night, my father yells, "What you gonna do with your life? Oh, daddy, do you know you're still number one? But girls, they want to have fun."
Rated E for everyone.
The Morning Stream. You are listening to Adele Dazeem.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new The Morning Stream. That's right, TMS for Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. I am Scott Johnson. That is Brian Ibbett. Hello.
Good day. Hello.
Good
Friday
day to you,
Eve,
sir.
as the kids call it these days.
Any big movie openings tonight that you're
There is.
Good.
And do you want me to spoil it and tell you what I'm seeing tonight, or do you want to know tomorrow?
Yeah. Tell me what you're seeing, but, well, I guess you couldn't review it because you haven't seen it. So let me get, can
Although
I guess?
early reviews on this are really good, so I'm excited about it.
You want me to, let's see if I can
Sure,
guess.
go for it. Yeah, I'll tell you if you're right. Yeah.
And I'm not going to look anything up. No opening lists. Let's see.
Okay.
What's big this weekend? It's not a horror movie because Tina won't go to those with you, right?
That's right.
Oh, gosh.
I should say the reviews are better than average, but reviews are 2/3.
Okay.
68%.
That's good.
That is good. I'm excited about it because
It's not the new Running Man deal, is it? Is it?
it is not the new Running Man.
It's not out
deal.
till next week, I don't think.
All right.
Ah, shit! I can't think of anything else.
This is the new Ratboy biopic of Bruce Springsteen called "Deliver Me from Nowhere," where it talks about the making of one of my favorite Springsteen albums, Nebraska, which is, oh, dude, make another hit album, make some more singles. No, I think I want to do something a little more personal to my heart.
Yeah, I like
Talk
when
about a
artists do that.
state that I've never been to.
Yeah. You think Ratboy will do good? He'll probably do good. He's a good actor.
I think he'll do fine. He's so, what makes him so good at what he does and how he is on The Bear and how he was on Shameless is probably what makes him insufferable on set, reportedly.
Yeah.
I watched his Hot Ones.
Yeah.
He's sitting there. Oh, yeah, that's spicy. That's really spicy. Yeah, okay. I'm definitely feeling the heat. Like, okay, well, let's talk about The Bear.
Sure.
What kinds of things did you need to learn? Or tell me what the scariest part doing The Bear. Oh, probably working with all the knives is working with the knives.
Oh my gosh, dude, that might kill me to watch. I mean, I think his performances are really good, but every once in a while you're going to get somebody who's a little off and off screen, which is fine. He can be whoever he wants to be. He doesn't have to be who we want him to be, but. The Rat Boys have risen. This is their year.
Right. This is the rise of the Rat Boys. What I do love about this, though, is it gives us two actors, two Jeremys, who I assume are both that kind of way on set. Jeremy Allen White and Jeremy Strong from Succession.
Yeah.
It should be...
The two Jeremys in one place, yeah.
Yes, and then you got Paul Walter Hauser, who I think is the exact opposite. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? Good to see you. I'm going to be a wrestler.
Yeah, by all accounts, that dude's just one of us. He's just like a nerd.
Totally. Like, I could see Paul Walter Hauser coming to a Nerdtacular just as like I can't wait to see a live core. That's going to be awesome. What board game's great?
Yeah, he's that kind of guy. I wish we knew him somehow. I wish we had a connection. I'd love to have him out.
Invite
Holy shit.
him and...
Be amazing. All right, I found, that letter I couldn't find yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not one to throw my wife under the bus that often, all right? Because she keeps me alive and, she's the best thing in my life. But here's the deal.
Sure, of course.
This tri-folded letter, which does exist, it turns out, from Carver Tate, who sent us for those who haven't heard yesterday's episode, sent us the Mark Hamill signed photos. Yes. Was certain that he put this in the thing, and I was, I believed him, but I was like, I can't find him.
You shook out the box, you shook out the on-screen, opened the padded or the cardboard envelope and stuff.
I even at one point tore all that stuff open just to make sure it wasn't stuck behind some kind of layer of bubbles or something. Yeah. I just didn't know it. I just was like mortified that he sent this heartfelt handwritten letter and that we lost it. Kim found it and said, I think it fell out in the car when I first opened it. And I said, oh, you first opened it.
Wait, she opens the mail in the car on the way back to the UPS store?
Sometimes. Okay. It depends on what it is because it's usually show stuff box? And she will prep it or whatever. I don't mind that she does.
She has to taste the food, make sure that you're not going to get poisoned and stuff like that. I get it. She's the official. Yeah.
These aren't arsenic Oreos or something like that. But anyway, it was out in the car. She apologized profusely. Everybody involved feels bad. All right.
Okay.
However, I'm going to read it today.
Poor Kim. Yeah.
I'm going to read it.
She shouldn't feel bad.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't feel too bad. But here's how it works. I'm going to read this. He has beautiful handwriting, so this should be a snap. Unlike mine, which I would have a hard time reading my own writing. Dear Scott and Brian, I am sorry it took me so long to send these autographs to you. I had to get ACL surgery, which then led to me getting a staph infection, and then some life stuff got in the way. Jeez Louise. Staph infections are the worst.
No kidding. Jeez.
You have to have staff meetings and tell them to knock it off.
You have to figure out who patient 0 is.
Yeah, nobody wants to be doing that.
No.
Let's see. But things have finally settled down. So long story short, I grew up in New York City, and Mark Hamill was my next door neighbor. That's pretty crazy.
That is cool.
His eldest son, Nathan, was my age, and we have been best friends since childhood. So I spent a lot of time with Mark and stayed in touch with him and their family long after they moved to L.A. and Mark started voicing the Joker. If you'd ever like me to share some stories about what it was like growing up with him, I'd be happy to talk to you more about it. I'd love to hear more stories.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you're tickling our nerves.
Would you like to hear some stories from somebody who got to hang out with Mark Hamill? Let's see. Yeah, absolutely.
I think, I'm not turning that shit down. I'll take it. It says, here we go. Goes on from here saying, here it is. For now, I just wanted to thank you for the 12 years of joy and entertainment you have brought to my life. Although you may not recognize my name because I rarely engage in social media and chat rooms. Hey, man, I don't blame you. That place is a minefield out there. Chat room's a little better, but, regular social media, it's just asking for it.
Boy, it's a roll of the dice these days. Yeah.
It's not what it used to be. I would also recommend you check out Nathan's comic strip called Two Dumb Dinos and the custom vinyl toys he designs and sells on his personal website. I truly can't express how much you've done for me, and I hope I get a chance to fly out for one of your events. May the force be with you both, Carver. So, really nice.
Super nice guy.
Yeah, couldn't be nicer. Nicer message, all that stuff. We're glad we were here for you for the last 12 years. I'm sorry about your staph infection or your ACL surgery for that matter.
Or the ACL, no kidding.
But I'm jealous of your upbringing and that you got to hang out with Luke Skywalker and his kid. They sound like the nicest people ever. And I think there's some connected story here, and I'm not sure in the chat. Is Josh in here or maybe Raven? But they think Mark Hamill's son bought they said, bought some board games from them recently.
Oh, really? Oh.
I think. I may have the celebrity name wrong.
Let's get Nathan Hamill to Nerdtacular for board games. I mean,
how hard could that be?
How hard could that be?
He's Nathan Hamill. He keeps a lower profile than his dad, which I totally respect. I think that's great.
Sure.
Get it in. Get it done. We're like-minded.
And, we're a crowd that's not going to be like just surrounding him like the Batabi brothers in Night at the Roxbury. We're going to be like, hey, you want to play some? We're going to play some this cool fishing game that the Robinsons brought, or this cool dungeon murder game. Come on over here. It's not going to be like all right, now tell us what Mark eats for breakfast.
Yeah, we're not that kind of group. We don't do that. We would be super nice. He would just play. He'd get to be who he wants to be.
Exactly. Bring some of your minis.
Yeah. Let's see your mini. Show them off.
Show them off. What are you doing?
I had it wrong. Josh has informed me via the chat that it was Steven Spielberg's son, not Mark Hamill's.
Still, let's get Steven Spielberg's son here too.
Get him here. What's the deal with directors' kids? Anyway, we'll see how that goes.
It's your kids, Marty.
Brian, I also brought you, if I can find it. Oh, gosh dang it. Hold on. This is going to be a little weird. Why can't I pull it up? Oh, I guess I just have to do that. Okay. So I have this thing. Now, don't be frightened. This is Mark Zuckerberg. This is a visual, everybody. No to the guy who was all cranky on the voice cast thing about AI shit the other day.
Oh, sure.
This is not an AI thing I'm about to talk about at all. This is just a visual thing that somebody did while on Instagram. So they took I just thought this was so weird I had to share it with Brian.
Yeah.
So you see there Mark Zuckerberg all doughy-eyed and looking like, I'm the hot, young, freaking CEO of a multi-billion-dollar blah, right? Okay.
Looking, his typical, just slightly undercooked.
Yeah, like you think the chicken's going to be fine, but you probably should have let it go
right.
a little longer. Anyway,
at least it's before his chains and black turtleneck phase or whatever he was doing in that last photo. I remember.
I don't like this recent stuff. He's just like midlifing it right in front of everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, so here he is, and he's doing his thing, right? Thinking, Med is a great name. Blah blah blah. All right. Then somebody said, well, what if I do an Instagram filter on him? And the reason this came up is because it matched up with our recent conversations about if you take too many Xerox copies of something, it starts to fall apart. It
starts to get worse and worse, or more crazy. And it was that Sora video of the two of us at somebody's door, you throwing rice and me holding a 3D printer, talking about love the show though, or whatever.
Yeah, and a car crashes in the background, and there's for some reason another version of me running across the street and all that. Well, this is the idea here. Somebody said, well, let's do an Instagram filter on him, like everyone does filters. But then let's refilter that same filter over and over and see what we got.
Okay.
So filter number 1, it's fine. Just kind of a artsy.
Just a little blue. Yeah, like...
not a big deal.
No.
Like you could get away with it.
He's walking through the entrance lobby about to pay $20 to go into a strip club.
There you go. That's perfect. Oh my gosh. That's exactly right. Then
we need your ID, people. Have your ID ready.
Now this is a little rough. This looks like you stood in front of the microwave too long.
This is I'm a background singer on the album cover for Dead or Alive.
Yep, there you go. Perfect. I couldn't think of a good comparison. That's dead on. All right, then the very next one. These are, again, the same exact filter just being reapplied.
Sure.
We're starting to get a little new wave album cover 80s.
Right. I'm an ad in the back of Omni magazine from 1984.
Yeah. That's good. Then we got this, which is, the lips going places.
Oh, weird. Yeah, that upper lip just keeps like
if you look there versus there, it's like, okay. I don't know where they see. If I look at the original here,
at some point, it's really weird. Yeah. At some point, he's kind of starting to look like the female lead singer from the Human League.
Oh, perfect, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're good at the stages. All right, so tell me about this one. It's getting a little worse.
Jeez.
It's that same lady, just
it kind of is, yeah. This is
she getting some cheek action going on.
Right. Taken with the first digital camera, folks.
Yeah, pretty rough. Then this one. Now things are starting to warp.
They really are.
You can see even on the bottom his neck kind of warped up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then this one. And then
now the eyes are that's interesting because now the eyes are starting to go a little Nagel. A little Patrick Nagel.
Oh, it's going to be like a Patrick Nagel lady with her boobs out or whatever on the posters.
Right, exactly, yes.
Oh, you guys, that was a huge part of my team.
That was the huge thing. Like everybody in the 80s said, yeah, well, I'm going to have some neon in my apartment and a Patrick Nagel painting hung.
Chat says James Charles, that makeup influencer guy. We're looking like that guy now.
Oh, yeah.
Then you got, we're getting real pinchy on the nose.
It's weird. And the cheekbone lightness is getting... we're getting into cat person territory here.
Yeah, or maybe like a fish man or something.
Yeah.
And then final phase, boing, there it is.
Wow.
So we went from that, normal guy, to that. That's effed. It's effed.
It is effed. I would like to and also hate to see what would happen to a photo of us. Either one of us through something like that. Go with something that's even more recognizable to the two of us than Zuckerberg.
If we can look that we got minions willing to do some strange things. If one of you wants to take this on, post it in the TMS Discord. We'd be happy to show the world what your results were.
Yeah.
Okay. So do that. That'd be great.
Somebody just let's not use the word minions. Didn't somebody just get in trouble for referring to? It was political. Somebody in politics just referred to their constituents as minions, and it didn't go well.
Wait, is their own people as minions?
Yes, I think so. Let me see.
I wouldn't do that if I were them. That has connotations.
Look in Minions news. Maybe this was.
I thought you meant maybe like DreamWorks was suing them for using the word minions or something.
No. I think it was. I can't find it. They were talking about it on. Howard Stern, that somebody somebody was saying, oh yeah, well, I'll get my minions on this, or oh, my minions will have this have this done in no time, and I can't remember who I can't find it.
It wasn't Newsom, was it? He likes to troll these days.
It could be, easily could have been.
Oh, I found something. Let's see if this is it.
All right.
Gavin Newsom has turned the tables on the MAGA minions. California governor is having a field day trolling the vice president and House Speaker with AI manipulated clips that turn them into Despicable Me franchise helium voiced yellow characters.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe it's this.
Maybe.
He's basically just every time they this must not be it. I don't think this is it.
No. I remember seeing that where he made JD Vance look like Banana, that guy.
Yeah. He's basically what'll happen is those guys will post something from like Trump's official account or something.
Yeah.
That's just like as outrageous as he always is. It's just like kind of normal for him. So then Newsom will do the exact same thing and show the exact same thing but reverse it.
Yeah.
And
right.
But then the Trump people lose their effing minds.
Yeah.
For some reason, okay, we're not talking politics here, but I do want to talk about this weird thing I had happen to me yesterday. There's a video that I put up that's just a clip from this show, and we're joking about something. I don't even know what it is. Joking about something unrelated to any of this.
Sure.
And it's just a short. In fact, I think you ended up being the default thumbnail on the YouTube version because it just picks one.
That was my wrestling name was Default Thumbnail.
Default Thumbnail. Oh man, you really kicked ass for
that. Was also my finishing move. That's how I got that name.
The first wrestler to have his finishing move match his name. I love that. But anyway, you were like you were the cover of it.
Okay.
And I get this comment, and I watched the video over and over trying to figure out what he was talking about. But there's a single comment on there. Actually, I have it right here. Let me pull it up.
Okay. God, I'm dreading this.
It's not directed at you, but it seems. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I can actually show you this on the screen. So here's, shit. Here's shit.
Here is shit.
Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is inside the video. Okay. Oh, it's the Sora compilation one that we did the other day.
Oh, sure.
None of that has anything in it that is political at all. Nothing.
No, none at all.
It's all just nonsense, stupid, lame.
Right.
Sloppy garbage. The one comment I get, he goes, yay, another subscriber lost. Get over your TDS. And he means
Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah, which there's no connection to this at all.
Yeah.
And also the irony's not lost on me that if somebody quits over quote unquote TDS, it's them quitting over TDS, not me.
TMSDS.
Yeah, TMSDS.
The morning stream derangement syndrome.
I try not to give individual, like, out of nowhere trolls any kind of oxygen.
Right.
But this one just made me scratch my head and wonder what the F he's doing.
Because we were just doing videos. There was nothing in those videos that we showed that had anything to do with the current administration.
My guess is he quit, months ago. This came over his thing, and he just was like, I'm going to express my opinion one more time. All right, go.
I'm fine. If people are, people know our stance. People know the way we lean. They also probably know that you and I are both registered independent. We're not, on either. We're not knee deep on either side of the aisle, but they're going to quit at some point. if they're really staunch on the right side of things, at some point, something we say, no matter how centrist or how moderate it is, those people are gonna be, oh, that's too much for me, I gotta go.
Yeah, so, TDS, and then they'll leave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I hate it, and if you want to have a real conversation with me, reach out. But this kind of shit, don't have time for it.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't got time for that.
Ain't got no time for that. I'll tell you what I do have time for, though.
Yeah.
And that's the news. Whoops, wrong one. It's time for the news, and it's brought to you by
Coverville. It's Thursday, so it smells like Coverville in here. Today, right after TMS, probably about 10:30 Mountain Time, so a little over an hour from now, doing an episode of Coverville focusing on Ellie Greenwich. Who the hell is Ellie Greenwich? Well, she would have been 85 today. Today is her would have been her birthday, 85th birthday. And you know her as a writing team along with her husband, Jeff Barry, with songs like Be My Baby, Leader of the Pack, Then He Kissed Me, Chapel of Love, Da Do Ron Ron, Do Wah Diddy Diddy, Hanky Panky, River Deep Mountain High, things you know by the folks like the Ronettes, the Crystals, the Shangri-Las, and more. That is going to be today at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time at twitch.tv/Carvel. You can hear folks, I didn't even talk about this. You can hear folks like Joan Jett, the Ramones, Brad Roberts from the Crash Test Dummies, the Lightning Seeds, and even Laverne and Shirley. So get ready for all of that.
I didn't expect those words at the end. The Laverne and Shirley.
Laverne and Shirley. There was a time during the 70s where sitcom stars would do record albums with covers, and it's the most batshit crazy kind of stuff. So
weird. That was a thing, wasn't it, for a while there? Shatner and all those guys doing
the
their
Odd
stuff.
Couple. The Odd Couple doing it. Yeah, Shatner, Nimoy. Yeah,
weird.
Yeah,
weird time.
It is kind of nuts.
I guess
no Ace Frehley. September. I've kind of exhausted my library of great Kiss covers, and I'm waiting for more. But
the problem is there aren't a lot of great Kiss songs. Sorry, everybody.
There kind of aren't. I'm sorry.
The point of Kiss is their presentation, their stage presence, their wackadoo, their costumes.
Right.
The whole vibe is awesome. They deserve all the credit in the world for doing it. But there's not really one of those songs where I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I really want to hear another version of Rock and Roll All Night, or Strutter, or
Lick It Up,
Beth, or Lick It Up. Exactly. So, I'd like to be proven wrong, but if anyone who listened to the Soundography episode that Hammond and I did about the band Kiss probably knows how I feel about the band Kiss.
Yeah, I love the thing they are. I've never the music doesn't work for me. That's all.
Yeah.
I think you can have. I have a fandom for them that minus the music, which seems weird because they're a band, but they also made that cool TV movie that was weird.
The Rise of the Phantom or whatever it was called.
I could watch that right now.
I was gonna say we need to do that for FilmSack, don't we?
Oh we've never done it. Yeah, I think it's just really hard to find, as far as I know.
It's not streaming, but I have a copy.
Oh shit! Oh, I think I do too. Someone mailed us those. Didn't someone send us those? Who sent us those?
No, I have a digital copy from Hammond. So
I'll take that then. I don't want to rip it. I have a copy. Somebody a long time ago sent me a DVD, and I just
really. Oh wow!
No way to play it really. So
Phantom of the Park. That was it. Phantom of the Park.
It's so great and terrible. Oh man! And the cartoons were bad. Everything they did was bad but great. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm Paul Stanley, and here's my cartoon. It was great.
Well, hold on. Let's see if we can. There's got to be a way we can make money from this. Let's sell every individual animation cell from the cartoon, and we'll infuse our blood into it.
Listen, that's a great idea, Gene. Bring it to the table in our next meeting. Okay, everybody, remember, Kiss rules. Lick it up. All right. Here's your story to start us off here.
Yeah.
A dog sparks Chapel Hill house fire. This is down there in the North Carolina.
Yeah.
A fire for the Chapel Hill Fire Department. Oh, is from chewing lithium-ion battery device.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't let your dogs chew your phones or anything with lithium-ion battery in them.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Who
not
knew?
good. I think we knew that if you hit like with hammers and stuff, they would explode. But I don't think anybody knew if you gnawed on it, it would eventually. I don't know how they work. I guess
it's just you're basically putting two contacts together that normally are separated into your device, right? And one goes one way. You're completing the circuit somehow and sparking a fire, I guess.
Crazy. The owner, David Sasser, a firefighter himself for the Chapel Hill Fire Department, said he received an alert from a security system of his own home about the fire. He says, "My heart sank. I had no idea what was going on." I'm in North Carolina.
Okay.
I had no clue that what it could possibly be, and came home to find the rug had burned up. Sasser said his family wasn't home when it happened, but they were nearby and responded quickly. Thankfully, it pretty much fizzled out because of the rug and because we were home so quickly. The rug was the only thing
he keeps talking about the rug. I want to know about the dog.
Yeah, how's the dog? Is the dog okay?
Yeah.
It says
that rug really held the room together. Tied the room together.
Yeah, but how's the dog? I don't know. We don't know.
Hold on. I'm still talking about the rug.
They actually don't get into it here.
They don't. They don't say anything about the if the dog is okay.
I guess the assumption is the dog's okay. I hope
so.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about. I don't want to know that the dog was hurt or, worse.
Yeah, the family wasn't home when it happened, but the dog was clearly.
Oh, I got a photo here. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, there's security footage. Hold on.
Oh, really? All right. Oh, geez.
There he is. Oh, okay. Dog seems fine.
Right,
dog
good.
took off.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Yeah, those things will fire up like what do you call that? Really hyper. They use it in army things.
Right.
I forgot what it's called. Not napalm, but it's incendiary something. Yeah, I forgot what it's called. Someone in the channel said
the dog is like, nope, I'm not involved.
Oh yeah, that dog got the F out, man. I think that tells thermite. That's it. Dang it.
Yeah.
That tells me the dog is fine, and that makes me happy. So we're gonna feel good about that story.
And then the dog is like, "Hey, what's going on? What's all the noise? Is there everything okay? Nothing that I was involved with for sure.
Yeah, wasn't me.
I was sleeping over in the other room. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, remember that time I pooped on the pillow? It's a lot like that. I didn't do it. We move now to Germany. A German woman who stole an ancient relic over 50 years ago returned it to Greece. The Grecians, back to that conversation, says never too late to do the right thing, she says.
This thing had been eating at her.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Either that or 12 failed eBay auctions later. Well, fine. I guess I'll just return it.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It says the German woman who stole the top of an ancient column in Olympia over half a century ago has returned it to Greece, according to the Greek cultural ministry or culture ministry. The capital of the column made of limestone and measuring about 9 inches high, 33.5 centimeters, and 13 inches wide. They really mix the imperial and metric on that.
No kidding.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Usually you do one and then parenthetical the other.
Yeah. So 9 by 13 by
33 centimeters.
Whatever 33 centimeters turns out to be. That's hilarious.
That's very weird. Anyway, in the social media post, the Greek ministry praised the sensitivity and courage of the woman who returned the artifact. I'm guessing she's very old now. It is third artifact returned to the University of Münster in recent years. The handover took place on Friday. They met at a neutral place like a Walmart parking lot. Swapped it. No,
wow.
I don't know what they did. Right. But yeah, she just felt bad, I guess, and probably getting old and went, I don't need this.
Jeez, this is just taking up space, and nobody believes me that it's part of a real. They think I got this at the gift shop.
I mean, it would be a cool thing to have, but I guess if you stole it, it would eat at you a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. The last thing when I was a kid, I stole from a store. I was probably 6, 7. I stole a Liberty Bell replica in eraser form.
Oh, sure.
It was like a little rubber eraser, and I just had to have that damn thing. And my mom wouldn't let me get it, so I snuck it out. I was terrified. And in the car, she goes, "What's that in your hand?" "Nothing." "Let me see it." "I don't want to." That whole thing.
Yeah.
And I finally showed it to her. She takes me back there, talks to the guy. It was like a movie, like they do. It's like, "Can he work back here or do anything for you?"
Need him to sweep up or,
Yeah. So I never forgot that. And now, other than complex ways of seeing occasional things I can't find streaming anywhere.
You live a theft-free life.
Yeah, I learned my lesson, I think, then.
For me, it was just all guilt. I never got caught. Never did an embarrassing amount of shoplifting. Fell in with a bad crowd, Scott. With,
sure, it happens.
The Eaglehofs and the Wiggles, the last names of the kids that I was walking home from school.
That immediately sounds skeevy, those two names. I love it. That's great.
The old Eaglehofs. And I can look and, I've done a little digging, little Facebook tracking of the Eaglehofs, and the two of them have ended up in jail. So it could have been me if I didn't mend my evil ways. But yeah, for sure. Like when I was going home from school, I mean, I've told people about the giant Casio keyboard where I went up to the top floor of Montgomery Ward's, went to an empty sales counter, tore off a big chunk of the orange Montgomery Ward's tape, then went down the escalator, kept that thing hidden, and then grabbed the big box, the big Casio keyboard box, and then as I was going back up the escalator, put the tape on it where I, wasn't like anybody on each of the floors wouldn't think anything of it. Well, maybe if somebody saw me take the orange tape, they'd think something of it.
Sure.
But then then just walked out and shoved this thing, as much of it as could go in my backpack, and rode home with like 2/3 of it sticking out of the top of my backpack.
Damn Eaglehofs or Eagleshmerps or whatever the names are.
Exactly.
All right. Well, maybe one day we'll have a conversation about that on this segment.
Something wrong, Batman? Has anybody seen Wendi?
Yeah, she's right here. It's my sister Wendi, a real therapist who comes on the show on Thursdays and helps you with your real problems. Wendi, what's going on?
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Nothing. Yeah? Just life. Good.
What do you think? What do you think about my evil ways, Wendi?
Well, I only heard the last part, and I was trying to imagine what you were saying, and I was like, Brian, what did you do?
Stole some stuff.
I was a big old shoplifter.
You stole it. I missed that part. I was like, you just carried it around.
Junior high school student.
Yeah. Fell in with the wrong crowd.
Very normal.
Had some friends that are a little bit of a turd. I mean, that's the universal experience. You got to have friends at some point who suck. That's just the way it goes.
Totally is.
Exactly. We can't all be Wendi, where we have these like lifetime friendships with these women from school. Man,
little halo above Wendy's head all the time.
Listen, it's taken some work and effort, and we are all a little naughty, but I don't think we stole anything as a group. That would be very funny.
Group stealing is definitely like a heist, right? That's a different thing.
For sure.
Heist levels of stealing.
Ocean's 11.
Well, it's good to have you here. We're gonna talk about an email we got. Wendi does this each week for a little segment we call Therapy Thursdays, and we're gonna help you guys with a little bit of a problem. We got an email from somebody we'll call P. I don't want to use their real name.
Okay.
Wendi, anything you want to say before I read this? Any setup? Anything?
No. Which one are you gonna read? You got lots of information.
I'm gonna read.
I can use that as context.
I'll read the high down to the P.
To the right before, like the full, until the short version for the show, until the end of that, and then and then the one that says long version for Wendi I'll leave because you know it, and that's all the context you need. All right, so here we go. First of all, how's Elliot? Is he doing all right?
Oh yeah, he's doing better.
Girls are signing his cast and all that, and everybody loves him.
He doesn't have a cast. He just has to wear the dumb sling and and wears like one-arm sweatshirts, right? So he's just got this arm floating around and.
Sure. Oh, I love that.
Learn to tuck it in.
Nothing parents like more than having to buy shirts and then cut their sleeves off so they can deal with that for a while. You know, you can't buy those that way. Anyway, here we go. We'll tell him we hope he's continuing to feel better because that sucks. Hi. First, I wanted to say how much I appreciate the segment y'all do. I've been listening since 2012, a year after I graduated high school. Scott, don't think about that too much, he says in parentheses. I do. I still think about it. I like to think of Brian and Scott as my internet uncles. Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Very nice.
For sure.
Bouncing on our knee. We'll take you fishing. Whatever you need.
That's a grandpa thing. We're the ones that he calls like, don't tell mom and dad, but I'm in jail. Can you come get me out?
Oh yeah.
That's what the uncles are for.
Or dirty joke at the
right, exactly.
Party or whatever. That's what Uncle Joel used to do. Anyway.
I know, every time.
Always wonder how he's doing. Anyway, here's the rest of it. Here comes some basic info for Wendi. This doesn't need to be mentioned on the show unless she wants to reference it. I'll just mention it. He's single. He's male. He's the only child. He grew up in the Assemblies of God Church. No longer attends church. He has ADHD, diagnosed and tested as a kid. Was on medication, but not for almost 10 years due to cost. Former heavy drinker for about 5 years, using alcohol during depressive episodes, which made things worse. Here's the short version for the show. I have trouble hating people. It doesn't matter who they are or what they believe. I've always tried to understand them and figure out why they are who they are. Sometimes it makes me weak or Wendy's at the...
We're distracted by the bong noises coming from Wendy's.
I'm like, how can I...
It sounds like a bong. It did sound like a bong.
Nah, it's just sparkling water. That's cool. No problem. I'm just trying to be quiet.
No, you're good. This
Sorry.
thing, you've got a good mic. Oh, that made me laugh. Doing a bong. My sister, I can't even picture it. Anyway, It says, I always try to understand them, figure out what makes them who they are. Sometimes it makes me weak or like I don't have a backbone, especially lately. I don't like conflict, so I'd rather understand people than argue with them. Others say it's a strength, but I don't really get that. My natural inclination is to say it's a strength because
for sure,
most people want to fight and argue and be pissers and, dig in and all that. And it seems like he kind of wants to understand why somebody's being
100%. I mean, I feel like this is admirable.
Yeah. So are we wrong, Wendi? Tell us what to do here with this guy. What do we do?
Yeah. Well, you kind of misspoke one word. I think that's important. It says it sometimes makes him feel weak.
Oh,
you
whoops.
Just said makes him weak.
I meant
makes him feel
sorry.
Weak. Yeah.
That's important.
Which is
You're
fine.
weak.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And I mean, you read the short version. I'm going to throw a few things in else that I know, but so he's now 33 and he has been struggling with depression and anxiety, and his 20s were rough, right?
Yeah.
This is, you're both right that that's a great quality. That's something people have to work really hard to get to. It's diplomatic, it's noble, it's good, it's all the things. But what you're seeing here is some kind of interesting. I don't know much about the Assembly of God.
I don't either. Don't know much about their whole.
I don't know. Yeah, which one that is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there was sort of rhetoric around. I mean, it sounds very Jesus-like to me what he's doing, but maybe there's some rhetoric around certain things that are sort of sticky. That's what I would start with. Is he's got a definition of what being strong means that is conflicting with his experience of actually being sort of able to see both sides and to communicate well. And,
I found a definition of these guys. Let me give it to you. Maybe this helps. The Assemblies of God is a global Pentecostal Christian domination emphasizing baptism and the Holy Spirit, speaking in tongues, divine healing, and evangelism. Am I saying that right? Anyway, evangelism. Jeez, the syllable on there. Founded in 1914 in the U.S., it promotes personal salvation, missionary work, and charismatic worship. So I'm guessing a lot of speaking in tongues and singing and dancing and hands up and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know what role that might play in some of this, but I'm going to guess it's more a parental direct, more of an impact, right? Of just how you identify what is strong. So Shall we talk about toxic masculinity for a moment?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that is okay. So you both heard him describe this concern he has that might be weakness and what's wrong with me as actual skill and a good quality. Mm-hmm. That's probably because neither of you are very toxically masculine. Which, if we want to define that, ultimately just there's only a couple of emotions because you're a man. And if you were raised being told we don't cry or boys don't cry or, very restrictive emotional, think of it as scaffolding. Like your emotional life can only be so many things because it makes people uncomfortable, or this is what a man define what a man does or doesn't do, then you probably have been around some toxic masculinity. So that would be one thing I would ask about is how are men supposed to behave, in his life? What was the direct kind of words about that? And then also what was the underlying or, hinted at?
Was his dad a big proponent of don't cry, boys don't cry, boys, pull up your big boy pants and rub some dirt on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff like that. And so that is probably the source for some of this, okay, but you're naturally managing this thing where you a lot of people, this is gonna be rude, but the easy thing or the less intelligent thing is to just hate people. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, I just can't. It's like, okay, bro, you're outing yourself as smart and
okay, Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. I know. You're making all the rest of us look bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
But there is something about the identity of such, or and he may be looking around and going, I'm the only one that can do this. So something's wrong with me. right?
Yeah.
And it sounds like he left his family's religion. He also, I'm going to read the long version he gave me just because I think it's helpful.
Okay.
So he's asking about his inability to hate people. Even when someone's a complete jerk, my first thought is to wonder why they're like that. Right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I like
Okay.
that.
I know. If
I try to
everybody
understand or
did
even
that, it'd be
ask.
amazing.
Yeah.
He says, I try to understand or even ask people who know them. Sometimes this makes me emotional, especially when I have arguments with relatives. I just want to understand where they're coming from. But when their views are full of hate, it hurts.
Yeah.
Even then, I can't bring myself to hate them. It's hard these days. Hearing the anger on both sides, how they throw anger on both sides at each other. What I want to know is, does not hating people, even when I agree with them, make me weak? It feels like I should have more of a backbone, but I just can't find it in me. And he said this, some of this was harder to say out loud than I expected, even alone in my car. So first of all, thanks P for your bravery, right? Like it takes a lot to
For sure.
say
to
stuff
write
out loud.
in and,
I agree.
But also like, how do we get everyone to do this?
right. How can we infect
how'd you get this way? Yeah. It's
more
pretty
people
great.
with this problem?
I have a parallel thing I could mention that this made me think of, and maybe this will help him to know that there's versions of this that all of us perhaps feel in some way or another. But in fact, I talked to one at the top of the show today. I get a little obsessive about this. When one person says something mean or rude on the internet, I can let it go because I know they're just drive-by farting. It's not a big deal. I don't know them. I'll never know them. Goodbye. We don't need you here kind of feeling. But sometimes they'll say something that's either oddly specific or needs context, or it's the way they said it. And then I will obsess about wanting to know why they would say that way, or why would they feel this way. And when I don't even really know them at all, what would drive them to do it? So I'll try when I can, like an email or something, I will always reply and say, tell me more where you're coming from. I don't understand this. Was it something I said, or is it a thing we did? Or, I try to dig in deeper. Most of the time they don't reply. Most of the time when I tell people I'm doing this, they go, it's probably a bot anyway. Just ignore and move on. I mean, I understand the value in that of ignoring and moving on. Yeah. But there are times where I'm just like, I just really want to understand you. And here's the truth. There have been times where that's worked. It's been great. Someone will write back and go, oh, I didn't expect you to answer. Well, here's how I feel. Oh, okay. Well, I think I understand that. Why do you feel I'm part of that? We go have a little back and forth. And in the end, I've had some great experiences with people with that. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's it's not an unworthy pursuit. Even when it seems like you're just being trolled, let it go. I don't know if that's the same as this, but this feeling of wanting to understand.
Yeah, and I think it's a great example of maybe this guy is not having a lot of good experiences, because when he's trying to understand his family when they are just full of hate, right? That maybe your example is a good one of like, these are a random assortment of responses you're getting and people, right? And they're coming from all directions. And I'm wondering if it's just mainly a family thing here. And so you can think about everyone think about your own families of origin. What were some of the unspoken rules? What were some of the sort of the things we do and don't talk about? You can kind of create like a list of do's and don'ts that have guided how you operate in the world. And I'm going to imagine an evangelical kind of situation. It's a lot of talking at, maybe not a lot of how are you feeling? And I can respect that we see things differently. That's the opposite of evangelism. And so if he's only talking to people who that is all their training, they're steeped in that. That's the only way they know to interact. And he is the different duck in that group. He's going to just run into the same thing over and over and again because that's the way they do it. And maybe he's disagreeing with them more so than other people. So that's going to be his main experience or whatever. But it sounds like this is a family of origin issue where rules are certain things and real men don't do certain things. And if this is most of the, I don't know this, but let's say this is most of the people in his life who are still part of that church, and he is the odd one out because he did say he's no longer doing that. He's coming in with his trying to be like Jesus. They're like, let's fight, and he has rules around that. And the rules are, you do not feel emotional. Don't be weak. Don't capitulate. Don't, try to see both sides. That is the unwritten sort of deal that goes on. And so that's what I'm guessing is sort of happening.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like, I mean, I get this now with like, I don't know, people I grew up with. And I think to myself, well, when you grow up in the LDS church, you have this thing called primary for kids, for those who don't know. And it's basically just where the kids go during the day or during services.
Like the school kind of thing?
No, it's like, it's just Sundays, but it's like an hour of the 3-hour block is, you're just in a class with other kids your age and you have teachers and it's that kind of arrangement. And it's a lot of like, be nice to everyone. And, a lot of basic principles of just be kind, love your neighbor, blah, 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 this kind of stuff. And it's kind of pounded into you over all those years. And so when I'm an adult and I see people or meet people or hear people online that I had in my classes behaving in ways that are antithetical to all of that, I go, well, you were there. We had the same, we're supposed to have the same, basic principles of those things I just mentioned. Why are you so freaking awful to people online? Or why are you saying these horrible things? Or why did you kick your daughter out because she's gay or whatever? Like these things that just seem so drastically opposed to what supposedly we grew up with. So maybe he's got some of that where it's like, well, I was told the fellow man was, maybe that was a big emphasis for him and his congregation, how important it was to take care of each other and to be kind and rewind or whatever it is. and then now he's not, and now he's seeing the opposite of that. And it's just not computing. Because that happens to me. I feel that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Even if you don't grow up in the church, it seems like that's one of those things that you get ingrained from your parents, your family at an early stage, at an early thing, but
and then you still sort of, the biggest problem is that they're adults now and they kind of still espouse that they're doing that they're still there doing the thing. They're going all the time and whatever. But then they're behaving this way outside of it. And I just go, dude, I was in primary. I know what we learned. Don't be.
You can't be one thing inside under the steeple and then horrible once you step away from it.
There can't be videos of you yelling at Mexicans, telling them to go home, that were born here and live here. Like what you're in opposition of what I know, right? So it's really frustrating. And that may not be what he's going through, but it feels like maybe there's some of that where you're just like, wait a minute, this is not what we were taught, Yeah.
And also like he's engaging with people around topics that he sees are hate filled. Right. And he's able to do it and really listen and try to understand people. But it makes him feel emotional. And I think that's one of the challenges every human has, is managing the negative emotions we have in life. Like, do they take over? Do we avoid them? That is one of our charges as a human being, is to work with our system. And then sometimes we feel like that's out of control or not, but he has some really baseline, like emotional intelligence and sensitivity. And that is a hard place to spend time when you feel deeply. And someone who feels deeply and is engaging in conflict is really tough, right? And so a lot of people will avoid that if they have, big, strong feelings. And plenty of people who really just love the feeling of anger and can stay in that, they really love the conflict. Like, that's fun for them. So sometimes you may be running into that you're just at really different ends of tolerance for conflict, and some people will seek it out. One thing I always think about, I don't know, how the Roman Empire, we thought about that for a long time. What's funny is I stopped thinking about the Roman Empire once I was told that I was thinking about it. Isn't that funny? I don't think about it anymore.
I never thought about the Roman Empire, even when I was told that all we think about is the Roman Empire.
Me neither, dude.
turns out-
There's a couple of video games I really like that are set in the Roman Empire, but outside of that, it was never really a thought for me. But,
Yeah, I used to fairly frequently, which is weird, and
That is really
now it's
weird.
gone.
Yeah.
But here's one I think about all the time, and I wonder if anyone else does. But in Paris, I'm trying to remember what the year was. Oof. But it was Stravinsky's The Rite of Spring. Are you guys familiar with this? The ballet premiere.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Vaguely,
so much
just
of the
barely.
music,
Yeah.
it was dissonant and jarring, and it basically caused a riot. Like people freaked.
Oh, that's
out.
right. That's why they use it. That's why they use death metal to freak out, like there's smoke out people who are like in the house, like the Branch Davidians. They played like horrible death metal all night to get them to come out.
It
It's
has
like
a
that.
huge ability to trigger mania and some other things, right? So I think about that a lot. And as I'm reading this guy's email, all I could think was like, there is a small part of every single one of us, if we had been in that ballet premiere in Paris, would have also freaked out. And we would have freaked out because we'd never heard it before. We would be responding to the people around us. We all like to think we're not like the audience members there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think this. No one else is probably thinking about Stravinsky in that moment. But it's the illusion that we're somehow above the realities of being a human being and how we're affected by things. And I think so much of the anger and conflict and fighting, yes, bots, yes, technology is not, we're not geared to actually communicate well that way, et cetera, et cetera. But man, there's always been conflict and war and all the things, right? We have built within us all the ways, that do not create a peaceful planet. And then we also have plenty among us who are built a little differently, right?
Mhm.
And so I think this is kind of cool. I don't know if he can fully appreciate that his two uncles and his weird aunt on the internet are commending him for this ability. And
Sure. Yeah.
maybe in a different family or a different context, it wouldn't be exercised in this way. It might be appreciated more. It would not be defined as weakness. I mean, I'm raising 3 boys, and anytime anyone gets emotional or cries, we're cheering that on because that's to be fully human, is to feel all of it.
Yeah.
And but I have found myself, like Elliot, real stoic about this shoulder thing. He got a plate and 7 screws, dude. It is not nothing.
It's massive.
Yeah, it's bad. And the screws are longer, like too long. And I should show you the picture. You're like, is that right? Anyway, I don't know. I don't know if we got a janky surgeon or something, but anyway, he has real issue, and he just has been really stoic about it. And I'm concerned about his stoicism, right? Like, and then a part of you is also like, wow, that's impressive. And you can have both. There is nuance. Masculinity can mean a million different things. It does not have to be this thing that was historically what made other toxic masculinity folks comfortable. And that's probably the most common thing I'm thinking here, is that the discomfort he's experiencing is a overall, you know what your community and your culture has thought of it. Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Sure.
did he say he was from the South too? Am I making that up?
No, we may be assuming that because of a lot of evangelical stuff down there. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought he maybe said that.
I don't
No.
think so. No, I don't see it.
Right. And also he talked about being ADHD, right? So he's got a different sort of brain wiring situation go. I'm telling you.
Way more
world
analytical,
is-
probably, and
Yeah.
Right.
And ADHD that makes life is difficult in the modern era, but it is a superpower in so many ways. And sometimes it's just you grew up different from your kid or from your culture or your people too, because your brain is doing different things, right? And maybe somewhere else that would be celebrated, and that just kind of wasn't. So he also mentions being a heavy drinker and not having his ADHD meds. So friend, listen to me. We can find a way to treat the actual deal and not treat it with alcohol. And that is, those two things go often very much hand in hand, sort of untreated ADHD with substance abuse, because it can help you feel better, right? And if you're a big feeling guy and you are a sensitive human being, and I would say this just to anyone who's sometimes feels like everything's too much. Now, I think we're all in that boat at this point, but the folks who feel everything is too much very quickly, you could look up HSP, which is highly sensitive persons or highly sensitive people, read about that. There's some helpful information on just how to sort of take care of yourself a little bit better if you are really highly sensitive. And then you definitely were not raised with people who were sensitive, right? That's all my assumption. Obviously, he didn't say much more about his parents. He didn't say anything about his parents or growing up exactly, but very common dynamic, if that's accurate. And yeah, makes it tricky to be this. We call him Snags, the sensitive new age guy.
Oh, is that? I've never heard that before. I like that. Mm-hmm. I want to be a snag.
Yeah, you're a snag. You both are.
Are we both snags?
We're snags.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How have you not known this?
I don't know. I didn't know there was a term for it. I like it.
I haven't either.
My husband's a snag. My boys are snags. Everybody.
Yeah. Adam's
Do
definitely
we
a
have
snag.
to start listening to Yanni though, or
No,
John
you
Tesh?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, just the new age means like you're not toxic masculine.
Okay.
But what if we did listen to Yanni and John Tesh at one point in our
That
lives?
would be a double snag. You'd be,
You want to know something fun about Yanni?
What?
Here's sorry to you said Yanni.
why do you keep
I can't
saying
help it.
green needle? I'm just kidding.
So
It's a whole different one anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
So Adam doesn't do much on anything social media wise, but he posted this on Reddit because I sent him this thing about Yanni, and he's like, I can't help it because there's some very fun Minnesota threads. Like they're just the way we all talk about the Vikings. It's just delightful and fun because we're never going to win anyway.
Yeah.
But just like there's some fun Reddit threads that are Minnesota based. Anyway, so he gets on there and he's like. And I know half are bots or whatever, but I think he had like 40,000 views on it. But it was something to the extent of like, hey, did you guys know this? And he backed it all up with the research. But Yanni went to the University of Minnesota.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Oh, really?
Can you just picture it?
Plus Yanni famously, that's the concert where you had to sleep on the way home in the back of my CRX. Remember that? That was a Yanni. That was a Yanni concert, and Wendi, the mental health professional, in the fetal position in the storage part of a tiny car, and our tire blew out, and my dad had to come get it.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's good times.
Yeah, I could be dead, everyone. But real quick, Yanni went to the University of Minnesota.
I would have been sleeping in the bleachers, by the way.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So Yanni went to the University of Minnesota, and the comments were so funny and just. I mean, it was amazing. And then someone's like, I legit know Yanni's nephew. He is the nicest guy. Like, it's so wholesome and funny.
I love it.
Okay, that's all I just had to finish.
Well, there you go then. I'd like to hear back from this guy. I want to know how this helps because sometimes it's just knowing that this is a good thing or can be is what it takes. Because no one's ever told you maybe that it's a good thing and that you're a good thing. And you're a snag, a fellow snag. Come on in. The water's fine.
I wish more people had your problem. Your problem.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it'd be great if everybody just suddenly went, I want to like people and I need to understand why they don't.
And why? Yeah. Why do you feel the way you do? Am I missing something myself that,
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Well, and then it doesn't translate immediately into hate is like a gift. And if you are listening to this and you translate anyone's stuff immediately into hate, you might need help, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, this guy needs help with the sort of sense of self here a little bit and maybe recovery from maybe some family stuff is just my gut.
Yeah.
But the rest of us who just jump to hate, we ought to call up some professional help too.
I agree. I know one place on the internet where they can do that. It's called knowbetteryou.com. Tell us what's going on over there. Can people sign up for things? What can they do right now?
They can't, but they can give me their email and they'll know the next thing that's happening. But we're in the middle of the happiness class, and it's honestly, this is so embarrassing, but I'm so much happier.
Really?
doing it.
Well, that's the thing. Remember when you were saying that when you were doing the course I was in, Time Mastery, you were learning it all as you were doing it too, or you were using it as you were doing it too.
And I still do use all of it. And everyone's like, yeah, she clearly is just making these classes for herself. And the thing is,
nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
I'm not conscious of that because that's how unconsciousness works. But also, it's just such good stuff. Like I'm token from my own supply. It's awesome.
That's great.
That's right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we heard you earlier sucking on your own supply over there.
Yeah, we heard.
Yeah, we know what's up.
Water.
I didn't know it was legal in Minnesota. Anyway, hey, have a fantastic week. We'll see you next time. And once again, tell Elliot to milk this for all he can and get all the stuff he wants.
Get rid of your stoicism.
Yep.
All right.
Bye now.
Thanks.
All right, there she goes. That's
Cool.
the end of that. That was great. Great segment today.
Yeah, for sure.
Quick emails, quick texts. We got this rock and roll one for you, Brian, I believe, from Ryan. R-Y-A-N says to B-R-I-A-N.
It's okay to spell Ryan with a Y. Just don't go spelling your Brian with a Y.
100%.
That's all I ask.
Yep.
Yeah.
And maybe the Ryans disagree, but y'all have to write in and tell us. We don't know. It says, are there any rock bands that are currently not eligible for the Hall of Fame that you feel should be on the ballot or first on the ballot? So we're talking the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So the requirement is 25 years. You're from your first album, not your popular album, but your first album. So White Stripes' first album came out in 2000, so they're now eligible. They're eligible this year or next.
That'd be cool.
Huge pick. Jack White, as soon as he's eligible, needs to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Agreed.
Some of the new rock that we got in the early 2000s, like the Strokes, the Killers, I guess late 90s, 99 or no, Strokes. God, when is This It come out? That was such a freaking great album.
Do they have to still be together? Is that part of the?
No.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Not at all.
Boy, that opens it up a little bit because there's a lot
it totally does. Yeah.
A lot of late 90s, early 2000s bands that probably belong
for
in there.
sure. So I would say the Strokes. I'd say the Killers. Muse should be in.
They've been at it for that long, I think. At least
they've been at it for that long. I mean, at some point, Taylor Swift's going to be eligible. I don't know when her first album came out, but you can't argue with even if you're not a fan of the latest album, you can't argue with the juggernaut of music that she is now. Rock and roll, they've bent the frame of that restrictive term so much that everybody can be in there. Dolly Parton, was obviously famously inducted and then turned it down, and then just became inducted the following year or something. So
I had questions about that. If they have a definition that's loose on what counts.
It's
like, could the Black Eyed Peas be inducted, or is that?
Could.
Oh, really?
They could. Yeah. Should they is the question, but and Molly Fenton, who I think Molly Fenton, and she could come over to this house and she could look through my CD library, and I bet she would say, "Oh yeah, I've got this, I've got that, I've got that, I've got that." Like, there's so much she and I share in musical taste. But XTC, Squeeze, Sparks, all three of these bands are eligible. So XTC, out of all of those, as much as I'm a big fan of Squeeze, I mean, Neil Finn, Crowded House, they should have been inducted long ago. But
I'd put Crowded House in there. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of bands that deserve it, that are eligible. And then there are the bands that aren't eligible but will deserve it as soon as it becomes. Bruno Mars should be in there. Mark Ronson needs to be in there. Amy Winehouse probably should get a
posthumous one.
Yeah.
Is Green Day's in there, right? They already happened.
Green Day should be, because their first album was 94, 95. Yeah, 93.
Yeah, super long ago, so it should be in there.
I think they got inducted 2 years ago. I think they were like inducted as soon as they were eligible. Foo Fighters, I think. Did they?
Oh, they should be too. That's a good one. That'd be dumb if they're not.
See. It would be dumb if they're not. I think they're already in. Yes. To 2021 inductions. So yeah, they got inducted 4 years ago. Green Day, 2015, they got inducted. Really? Wow. Okay. So
jeez, that was, well, I mean, I guess 93 is plenty of time.
I mean,
it's 2
that's
years.
Only.
Wait, let's see. 20.
Yeah, no, that would have meant 1990. So
is it when they form or their first album?
No, their first album.
Oh, they must have put out something before Dookie.
I think they must have put out something before that. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Dookie was their first. makes sense. There's always some.
Beastie Boys, have they been inducted yet?
They should be. They get in there before Adam Yauch passed?
2012, yes. They did not get in there before.
That sucks. He was great.
Yeah.
Cancer can eat a turd.
Yeah, sure can.
Well, there you go. Thank you for the message.
Yeah.
There you go. We've given you lots of names that should be going to there.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to be like that person and send us these texts, you can do so very easily at voicecast.app/TMS, or you can just use the website and contact us in all the ways that are there. That's frogpants.com/TMS. For now, though, speaking of music, we got to play something.
Yeah, this was a very late sneaking it in under the wire. Not even really under the wire, past the wire. But Racer 951Y, who races cars, Porsches, said, forgot to send in a request for my birthday on the 21st. Thankfully, the cover master said I could send one in. So I request a surf style cover. Can be anything but in the style of surf. Well, as a matter of fact, we were just talking about this band. So how apropos that we play a surf cover of Green Day. This came out in 2009 on the album Further Beyond the Sea. The Beyond the Sea albums, there have been like Beyond the Sea, Further Beyond the Sea, even Further Beyond the Sea. There have been several of these compilations of these great surf tracks that sound like they're ripped right from the late 50s, 60s. This is a band called the Flowmasters, and their cover of Green Day's Welcome to Paradise.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
God damn it, Ralph, get out of here. Go on, get.